The message arrived at 9:17 p.m. Maya almost ignored it. She was rinsing a mug at the kitchen sink, watching the last streaks of sunset fade into a deep blue evening. The house hummed softly around her, dishwasher running, ceiling fan turning, the familiar comfort of routine wrapping the night in something predictable. Her phone buzzed once against the counter. Then again. She wiped her hands on a towel and glanced down. Claire. Maya smiled automatically. Her younger sister had a habit of texting in bursts, memes, half-formed thoughts, grocery reminders she never followed. But when Maya unlocked the screen, the smile slipped away. I think someone is following me. For a moment, her brain tried to interpret it as a joke. Claire could be dramatic. She typed quickly. What? Are you serious? The typing bubble appeared. Stopped. Appeared again. I'm walking back from the library. That gray car passed me twice. Maya's chest tightened. Call me. Now. 3 dots flickered. Then vanished. The phone rang before Maya realized she had pressed Claire's contact. 1 ring. 2. 3. The line clicked. Maya? Claire's voice came through in a whisper, thin and threaded with something unfamiliar. Fear. Where are you? Maya asked, already reaching for her keys. On Briarwood, almost to Maple. That's 10 minutes from your apartment. I know. A sound drifted through the phone, tires rolling slowly over pavement. Claire inhaled sharply. It's behind me again. Do not keep walking, Maya said, forcing calm into every syllable. Go somewhere bright. A store, a restaurant, anywhere. There's nothing open. Everything closed early for the storm warning. Thunder rumbled faintly, as if on cue. Okay. Stay on the phone. Turn around casually. Can you see the driver? There was silence, broken only by Claire's footsteps quickening. I can't tell. The windows are too dark. The car engine grew louder through the speaker. Then slower. Matching her pace. Claire, Maya said quietly, run. The line filled with the sudden rhythm of pounding steps. Breath. Fabric brushing against the microphone. Then, a sharp gasp. Maya, it just pulled ahead. Keep moving. I am. The typing sound of rain began, soft drops tapping pavement. Head toward the church on Maple, Maya said. They keep the outside lights on all night. I see it. The relief in Claire's voice lasted less than 2 seconds. The phone crackled. A car door opened somewhere nearby. Claire whispered, someone got out. Maya's heartbeat slammed so hard she felt dizzy. Get inside the church gate. Now. Footsteps clanged against metal. A pause. Then Claire spoke again, voice trembling. He's walking this way. Go inside. It's locked. A shadow seemed to fall across the call. Claire's breathing fractured. Maya. I'm calling the police. Stay with me. I don't want him to see me. You are not alone. I'm right here. Another step echoed. Closer. Claire's voice shrank to almost nothing. Please don't let him see me. Something scraped. The phone jolted. Then the line went dead. For one suspended second, the world stopped making sense. Maya stared at her screen as if it might correct itself. Call failed. She dialed again. Straight to voicemail. Her hands moved without permission, grabbing keys, purse, shoes, adrenaline sharpening every motion into urgency. By the time she reached the car, sirens were already echoing in her ears, though she could not remember calling emergency services. Rain began falling harder, smearing the windshield as she drove. Every red light felt personal. Every second stretched unbearably thin. When she reached Maple Street, police cruisers were already there, their lights painting the wet pavement in frantic color. An officer intercepted her before she could reach the sidewalk. You can't cross the perimeter. My sister called me. She was right here. The officer's expression softened. We're looking for her now. Near the church gate, Claire's phone lay face down, rain collecting in its shattered corner. Maya dropped to her knees beside it, a sound tearing from her throat before she could stop it. The search began immediately. Flashlights cut through hedges. Officers canvassed nearby streets. Neighbors opened doors, startled from their quiet evenings. But the gray car was gone. And so was Claire. The hours that followed blurred into interrogation lights and lukewarm coffee. Detective Rowan Hale introduced himself just after midnight, his calm presence anchoring the chaos. "We're treating this as a high-priority missing person," he said. "Walk me through the call." Maya repeated every word, every sound, every pause until the sentences lost meaning. "Did she mention anyone who might want to scare her?" he asked. "No." Claire trusted everyone. "Probably too much." Rowan nodded, jotting notes. Sometimes opportunity matters more than motive. By morning, the story had spread across the neighborhood. Search volunteers gathered. Flyers printed. Traffic cameras reviewed. Then came the first strange detail. Claire's phone had continued transmitting location data for nearly 4 minutes after the call ended, moving steadily east before going dark entirely. "She wasn't carrying it," Maya whispered when Rowan explained. "Likely not," he agreed. "Which means whoever took her knew enough to separate the device. A calculated move. Not random." The days that followed became a ritual of hope and collapse. A reported sighting. A discarded scarf. A car vaguely matching the description. Each lead dissolved upon contact. Sleep abandoned Maya completely. She lived instead in the suspended space between updates, her mind replaying the final whisper again and again. "Please don't let him see me." On the 5th day, rain returned, heavier this time, and with it, the break they had been desperate for. A traffic analyst noticed a vehicle avoiding major intersections the night Claire disappeared, drifting through residential grids as if deliberately bypassing cameras. Same color. Same approximate model. Rowan leaned over the monitor, eyes narrowing. Enhance that frame. The license plate resolved just enough. Registered to a storage facility 3 towns over. By dusk, officers surrounded the unit. Inside, they found signs of recent occupancy, blankets, water bottles, a folding chair. And Claire. Alive. Disoriented. But alive. When Maya finally saw her, wrapped in a thermal blanket beneath pulsing ambulance lights, the world snapped sharply back into focus. Claire looked smaller somehow, but when their eyes met, recognition flared instantly. "Maya? I'm here." They clung to each other, rain soaking through their sleeves as relief broke over them in unstoppable waves. Later, investigators would explain how small decisions, walking alone, ignoring the early unease, assuming familiarity meant safety, had aligned into vulnerability. But they would also emphasize something else. Awareness interrupts patterns. Preparedness buys seconds. And seconds can change endings. Weeks passed before quiet truly returned. One evening, Claire stood by Maya's kitchen window watching twilight settle across the street. "I keep thinking about that message," she said softly. "What about it?" "I almost didn't send it. I didn't want to sound paranoid." Maya reached for her hand. Instinct is not paranoia. Outside, a neighbor walked her child up the driveway, their silhouettes warm against the porch light. Ordinary. Safe. Yet no place is automatically protected from the unexpected. Safety is not a location. It is a practice. A habit of noticing. Of acting early. Of staying connected. If there is one thing Claire tells everyone now, it is this. Never silence the small voice that says something is wrong. Call someone. Change direction. Step into the light. Draw attention. Trust the signal your mind sends before danger fully arrives. Because sometimes the simplest message can become the thread that leads you back home. If this story stayed with you, let it sharpen your awareness. Talk with the people you love about checking in, about walking together when possible, about choosing well-lit paths and listening to intuition without embarrassment. And if stories like this matter to you, Stories that remind us how quickly ordinary nights can shift. Subscribe to Silent Evidence, where every story is a quiet reminder that awareness is one of the strongest forms of protection we have.